Hello guys, Arcand here. Welcome to another toe dip. This is Lost Shards. This VN was made by MindOfFur. The story is about a world where it was taken over by the Nightfallen. These are monsters driven by lust and magic. These monsters must be defeated by hunters. And the main character is scouted by a prestigious academy for hunters. And when he gets there, his looks and abilities charm the people there. And he has to prove himself through a test implemented by the school's headmaster. So, will he survive or not? Let's see. MindOfFur. This is the dev. Warning: this game contains explicit images and strong language which may be offensive to some players and or inappropriate for children. The content of the game is meant for a mature audience only. I opened my eyes to find myself in a dark room, with no visible walls or any indication of an ending. It doesn't seem to be a dream. I tried to pinch myself to wake up, but I only felt some pain and nothing happened. I can still feel the bruise on my face from when I dropped my phone, just minutes before going to sleep. I took it as a sign to end my day. Adjusting my vision to the darkness and looking around, I noticed a light in the distance. I was never a religious person, but God, if you're out there, please tell me I'm not dead. What a nice 19th birthday gift. Not. I know I had just a bit too much cake, but still. What is the fatal amount of cake? It must be more than 4 medium slices, right? If I had any kind of sense, I'd probably not go towards the light, but I don't have any other ideas, so I'll go ahead and do exactly that. Coming closer, I start seeing some more colors with the bright light, but I'll have to get a bit nearer to really know. I am now less than 30 feet away from a figure on a throne, showering in light. It seems less bright now that it's closer. I keep looking away, up, down, left, or right, shuffling my feet as I walked, not making eye contact with the figure. My mind just didn't want to believe what I was seeing until I was close enough, so there wouldn't be any doubt. I think God might indeed exist, and he just blessed me. Oh, wow. That is the first thing we'll see. Not only 10 feet away, on a grand dark throne of stone, stood a male dragon, almost naked, scaly, with his legs spread in a huge bulge, hard and inviting. I'm usually a somewhat collected person, shy and just awkward in general. But standing in front of him, my mind was buzzing, my whole body in fact. I could barely stand on 2 legs, my heart about to jump out of my chest, my mouth open the whole time. Not to mention that dragons, or lizard folk in general, went extinct long ago. I was so shocked about the view that I didn't even notice his scratched out face, like a kid has drawn over it with a Sharpie. He beckoned me towards him with a finger, feeling his gaze burning my face even if I could not see any eyes. I don't hesitate much, although maybe I should. I have no idea where I am, who or what he is. The most sensical thing is to assume I'm in a lucid dream. I should make the most I can with this information. I should have been sent to horny jail a long time ago for my actions, but it's too late now. Who knows when the next opportunity will arrive? Oh, okay, so that's the first thing we think about. Say goodbye to the good boy, it's time for some action. The dragon rests his clothed cock on my shoulder, such a simple act, but effective in arousing me more. Or better said, craving him to use me. If my ancestors saw me, they'd be disappointed, but I've never felt more like a hentai female protagonist than now. I can feel my pupils turning into hearts. The man, or whatever it is, strokes the back of my head and ears, a plain affectionate gesture that made me desire him so much more. I can feel the grin he has on his face underneath the scribbles. It must be from my immediate obedience. Maybe I should have tried to resist at least a little bit. But it's too late now. I stroke his hard member underneath the cloth, feeling the pulsing veins on my fingertips. I grab the end of the cloth and raise it slowly so I can finally reveal what I'm about to work with. Before I can do so, his head comes closer to my ear and whispers, "You're perfect." Boost of confidence unlocked. That voice was rough, hoarse, and accompanied by what I believe sounded like static noise. "Come find me." Weird thing to say to someone about to give you head, but okay. I continue unwrapping my present. And I was expecting that. What? Oh. Of course. Of course I would wake up now. Dreams are so stupid. I flex my claws and move my fingers. My fingertips are still hot, like I just touched. Never mind. I probably just slept on top of it. "Hey, fatty. Mom said you have to wake up." Ugh, great. "I have an alarm clock, you know." "I have an alarm clock, you know." "Then get out already. You're leaving in 30 minutes. "What? I thought I set it up for an hour earlier." "Dumbass." "I heard that." "I wasn't trying to be discreet." Ugh. I get out of my bed and run to the shower. Please, 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 let it be a good fur day. If my fur doesn't dry properly, it will be an awkward first day of school. Ugh, I swear I'm going to blow up that school, just so I don't have to stress about every little thing, or my name isn't... what is my name again? Let's just go with the default one. Cody. Did I really just forget my own name for a second? Let's hope it doesn't happen when I introduce myself to other people at the academy. My thoughts start to clear out a bit as I step into the shower and get the water running. Heh. I am worrying over my social status. That's laughable, considering where I'm going. Lakonia, Hunter's Academy. The absolute best school ever. And, well, only school around for Nightfallen hunters. As soon as I found out I had magical powers some years back, my whole life and personality revolved around that place. I sent them a letter of introduction last year, and nothing. An email with my CV and qualification, and why I think I'd fit perfectly at the academy. Still nothing. I even got to begging messages. Still no response. Of course, in order to enter, you still need at least some training and experience. And be over the age of 18. Being hot also helps. Wow. Sometimes, Nightfallen can be invading of personal space, to put it in a family-friendly way. They can't just let in a newbie that can barely cast a spell. I was determined to do anything to get in. But it didn't actually take that much, to my surprise. Every year, the staff scouts random high schoolers with the most potential and give them a scholarship. And guess what? I was not one of them. But, you see, I was involved in a little accident at school that I don't like to talk about. Was it my fault? Oh yeah, big time. Do I regret it? Not one bit. Because that was my ticket to the start of my dreams. What was the incident, you're asking? I suppose there's no reason to keep it a secret. The whole town knows after all. You see, I have a very weak affinity for energy manipulation. Pretty cool and rare power, when your whole world revolves around energy and magic, except that I don't have the talent or strength to use it. But one day, one of the teachers at that school crossed a line. We were alone in the classroom when I exploded. What? You want to know what line he crossed? Well, that's a little too much information for starters. Anyway, I was enraged, consumed the energy reserves of the school for an entire year, don't even ask me how, and proceeded to blow up the classroom. The teacher? He lived. Somehow. At the time I thought I'd go to prison for that, even if I was 15, so I was crying for days that at any moment someone will take me away. Thankfully, the incident was written up as a poor understanding of a magical child's abilities. I was expelled, but nothing more. It didn't really matter. I hated that place anyway. And basically got a 2-month vacation before summer break. My mom and I were running from high school to high school, begging to let me in. But most of them had some kind of excuse like, "Oh, we don't have enough meal plans for an extra student." Or, "His grades are just too good, he'll be happy at another institution." All BS. And yes, I might have a small body, but for me it's always big brain time. At least when it comes to school grades. Probably shouldn't say that in case I make some dumbass decisions in the near future and embarrass myself. Anyway, we just settled for homeschooling. But lo and behold, I get an interview invitation years later. For the academy. Which was strange, because you don't usually need those when entering the academy. But I'm not the one to question the people that might provide my future. Back to the present. I get some cluster blue shell shampoo, the best for soft, silky fur, and it prevents some of the after fluffness. The only problem is that if I get a drop in my eye, it will feel like 100 bee stings inside my eyeball. Small price to pay for nice fur, I just have to be careful. The stress of waking up late made my morning wood disappear at least. One less thing to worry about. Where was I? Oh yeah, I nailed that interview with my stunningly good looks and vast knowledge. And by that I mean that I played the yes man card and they were happy enough with my responses. They probably took pity on me because after the incident, no regular public school would accept me. Their loss. My grades were impeccable. That's another factor that played a role in my interview success. A week later, I got the schedule, with detailed description of the academy campus, staff, activities, etc. And most importantly, the shards, which are just branches to specialize on. Their purpose is to... Stop wasting the water! Get out already! I've only been here 10 minutes! That's 7 minutes too long! Sisters. Can't live with them, can't stuff the backup in the old baby maker. The wise words of a wonderful blue-haired woman. I stop the water and start drying myself with a towel as much as possible, so I don't have to use the fur dryer. I go back to my room with the towel around my waist. I take one last wide look at the room that I won't see for a long time. The sun rose a little higher, casting some more natural light for me to bask in. Oh, Cody. You're so hot. I stop in front of my wall mirror, with the towel around my waist. I check my fur for moisture, that is almost completely gone already. I'm very satisfied with my looks. I lost weight over the summer, but some unnamed sisters don't seem to realize that. Pfft, fatty. Fat is her dumb face. No, Cody, she can't make you upset. Not today. I never focused much on putting on more muscle mass. I learned some strength and speed buff spells off the internet. Thankfully, they were very compatible with my skills, so I can use the spells quite effectively. I can now lift as much as a professional bodybuilder as long as I have enough magic in me. I put on some of my best underwear, tight but comfortable. I'm not going to get railed on my first day of school, but hey, nice underwear equals boost of confidence, I always say. I get my uniform, which consists of jeans and a white dress shirt with the Academy's emblem on it, as well as a purple tie. It also had a sweater, but it's too hot outside to wear that, so I packed it in my luggage. They sent it around the same time as my schedule and stuff. Apparently, they like to give their students the freedom to choose their own clothes as long as it has some similarities with the Academy, like a visible emblem and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure what the limits of this freedom really are, so I decided to wear the uniform and nothing more or less. I go downstairs and have breakfast. Usually I have some chocolate cereal, but now it seems like my mom wanted a goodbye feast. I see some leftover cake on the table too. I might get a little sick. Good morning, honey. Oh, you don't look very well. But I don't blame you. There must be dozens of emotions and thoughts buzzing through your head. Today's your big day after all. I'm probably even more excited than you are. Or maybe nervous is the better word. Or maybe terrified. You know what? Maybe this is not the best idea. Maybe we should find you another school. There are a couple we haven't. Mom, it's fine. We've talked about this. Really, I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. That school is probably the most secure place in the country. What about that test the headmaster is introducing? I heard it's very complicated and dangerous. I don't know why Mr. Seville would do that all of a sudden. Where did you hear that from? There's no information about this mysterious test. It might not even be real. It's just a theory. Yes. You're right. Come on, finish your breakfast. I'll drive you. Why do I have to go too? Your brother won't be home for almost 6 months. Show some compassion. But a 6-hour drive just for that? Indeed, the drive is long, but this being the first day, and me being a first year, I was invited to be present around noon, when the announcements start in the main hall. She blushed and looked away, munching on a strawberry. I know deep down in that little cold, wretched heart, she loves me. Your fur doesn't look too bad. It's shiny. Thanks. That's the biggest compliment I got from her in months. All right, your luggage is in the trunk. We should get moving if we don't want to be late. Yes, ma'am.